Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI Live Noding. While we're still in this topic, I'm thinking to kind of continue a little bit with our previous fake flat 3D cube. So it's a flat 3D. It's actually made using circle. I want to show you a way we can generate this kind of stripes pattern that's actually circular. This is actually just pretty simple, just like slight modification and tweak to the previous setup. Basically, in this case we are using number pattern that's slightly different from previous. While previously we just make like a random color and plug it in. In this one, we actually have a little bit of thinking behind it. So previously, okay, we have this guy, right? It's a random color. But if you want to make it like stripes, it's actually quite simple. If you know how to do like checker pattern for square grids, you can do this also quite easily. But I'll explain to you what's going on. So we're gonna get rid of all this coloring, random coloring and vector noise. We know that the color will still work if we just plug in like a vector into the color, give it a whatever RGB value, it will change automatically. So we know we still have that. So for what we are doing, we want to have like a black white kind of pattern, like a stripes, but it's gonna be like circular. So for that, we can have a list input, and for the list input, we're gonna give it provide two color, 000 for black, and another color is 111 for white. But it can be any two color, or later on you can actually make like 3 stripes that's kind of repeating in pattern quite easily. So if I plug that in, okay, that's like 2 color going in, so we get this just black and white, just like a Pac-Man looking kind of objects. But that's not what we want. There's this interesting thing in Sverchok. This is probably, I'm pretty sure this is something that you can also use. If you use Python code to do this, you can do the same thing just to generate pattern. We know that here we have black and white color, right? And we kind of want to repeat that black, white, black, white, black, white. So we are using list item. So we have this data, and we just kind of want to repeat it. So you can use a list repeat as well, but I like using list item because we just need to provide which item. So if I doing it correctly, seems to be the correct one. So level 2 of the data structure, and then we are switching between 0 and 1. For the 0 and 1, we can try using random, let's say random number generator first, and we're gonna give like a random number between 0 and 1 here. 0, 1, 1, 0, whatever 0 get black, 1 get white. So that should in theory work. The number, depending on the number of the stripe, goes into this random number generator, and this guy goes in there, and there you go. That's our stripes pattern, even though they are currently just random. So we don't want random, we want something that's more correctly in pattern, you know, like 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. You can also make the pattern like 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, or 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, whatever kind of variations of this on and off pattern. But for 0, 1, you can just use a modulo and range integer, if I'm not wrong. So range integer goes into math and get the modulo. Where is the modulo? Modulo, okay. So we start with this number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 until the last number should be this the count, this guy, start and stop. And so we have this number. If we plug this 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, if it changes to 3, we get 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. That's not what we want. We just need a 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. There's actually another thing that's interesting. If we use this double slash, just like integer divisions, we can get an interesting pattern this way. So you can see 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. This is another interesting pattern that you can generate by using slash slash or integer division and modulo. For what we are doing, we really just need to use modulo. Yeah. This goes in there, and this guy is complaining, okay, you can't plug in float into the item, you need to convert it. So float to integer gonna fix the problem. I know that's the problem because if you check in the error message, it will say node list item had exception, list indices must be integer or slices, not float. That's why we use a float to integer conversion. Okay, that's done. The stripes actually working. It's just a number. It needs to be even number in order to have proper stripes. Okay, so you can have as many if you want, as little as you want. That looks like a cube, funky cube, and this maybe 4 is the minimum. So we have our stripes. So that's really handy. You can always make this as large as you want. How many number of photos is? Okay. If you want it to be more rounded, higher value there. And if you're happy with this, you just need to duplicate it and you get that. This is actually an object in itself already. So if you want to have like many of this thing, you can simply use Blender instancer, or you can also use Sverchok's way to do duplications. It's totally up to you. It's gonna work either way, you know. I'm using Blender on array duplications. Very easy to do, and you have this multiple of this guy. With array, of course, you cannot rotate it individually, but if you are using Sverchok to do the duplication, you can kind of rotate this guy. So this is yeah, this is the continuation of the previous live noding. It's something to do with the eye illusion kind of geometry. Later on in the next live noding, I will show you how you can further generate this kind of geometry that's kind of trick our eyes to see illusion. So yeah, so this is one way you can generate circular stripe. So I'm gonna take a quick snapshot. And yep, that pretty much it for this live noding video. I'm gonna save this and share with you the node tree in case you wanna have a look and then give it a try. Remember that for the color, you can also change it to whatever color you want. This is really the advantage of procedurality. Whatever procedure, you can always tweak and change. Let's see if you wanna have like more color. I believe it's also pretty easy to do, you know, just change the modulo and things like that. So yeah, so if you have any question, any feedback, just let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next video.